journey is over, Morty. I have something important to tell you.
Rick and Morty has introduced some of the wildest, funniest, and creepiest characters in TV history. But here's the thing, some of them just vanish. No explanation, no goodbye, just gone. So what happened to them? Did the writers forget? Were they killed off screen? Or maybe, just maybe, the show is hiding a deeper reason. We've rewatched every season, every episode, and we're breaking it down. This is what happened to every lost Rick and Morty character.
The thing people don't realize about the Gear Wars is that it was never really about the gears at all.
1. Mr. Meeseeks. When you think of lost characters in Rick and Morty, one of the first names that comes to mind is Mr. Meeseeks. First appearing in Season 1, Episode 5, Meeseeks and Destroy, this blue, box-summoned creature became an instant fan favorite. His whole purpose is simple. I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me!
He pops into existence, solves your problem, and then poofs out of reality. But here's the thing. After this episode, Mr. Meeseeks basically disappears from the show. Sure, there are a couple background gags and mentions, but the character who once looked like he was about to be the series mascot, just gone. Why? Well, canonically, Meeseeks aren't supposed to stick around. They're born for one task, and existence is torture for them. So from a lore perspective, it actually makes sense that Rick never wants to use the box again. But from a writing perspective, fans believe the creators didn't want Meeseeks to overshadow the rest of the cast. Because let's be honest, a character that funny could steal the whole show. So, while Mr. Meeseeks technically isn't dead, his absence shows how Rick and Morty sometimes shelves even its most iconic ideas.
Hey there, I'm Mr. Meeseeks.
Mr. Meeseeks, I would like to take 2 strokes off my golf game.
2. Scary Terry. Next up, Scary Terry. He's basically Freddy Krueger with a catchphrase problem. You can run, but you can't hide.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Scary Terry shows up in Season 1, Episode 2, Lawnmower Dog, when Rick and Morty jump into dreams to manipulate Morty's math teacher. Scary Terry is the dream-stalking villain, but instead of being a one-note gag, he actually gets a redemption arc. Morty realizes Scary Terry is insecure about always saying so they befriend him. By the end, Terry helps them escape and even bonds with his family. Fans loved this twist. It turned a horror parody into an oddly wholesome story. But after that, nothing. No return, not even a cameo in later seasons. Why? Probably because Scary Terry was written as a one-off parody. But here's the creepy part. Many fans think Rick and Morty intentionally drops characters like this to reinforce the idea that in an infinite multiverse, nothing really matters. Characters you love can just vanish, and that's part of the show's existential dread. Still, you can't help but miss Scary Terry and wonder what other adventures he could have had.
It's nice to be on the same page every once in a while.
You can run, but you can't hide!
3. Krombopulos Michael. Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Krombopulos Michael is the assassin Rick sells weapons to in Season 2, Episode 2, Morty Night Run. He's cheerful, polite, and absolutely terrifying. Fans instantly loved him because he's the perfect Rick and Morty-style joke, someone treating mass murder like a fun little hobby. But Krombopulos Michael's run is short-lived. Morty accidentally kills him when trying to save Fart, the telepathic gas cloud. And that's it. One episode. Here's where it gets interesting though. In Season 3 and beyond, eagle-eyed fans spotted ads and background cameos that reference Michael, suggesting his brand lives on even if he doesn't. Some even speculate that clones of Michael could exist, since cloning and resurrection are common in the Rick and Morty universe. Whether or not he comes back, Krombopulos Michael represents the show at its best. Hilarious, creepy, and tragically short-lived.
Hi Morty, I'm Krombopulos Michael. I'm an assassin. I buy guns from your grandpa.
4. Unity. One of the most emotional lost characters in the series is Unity, the hive mind Rick rekindles a romance with in Season 2, Episode 3, Autoerotic Assimilation.
I evacuated the town, look.
Hey, right here!
Unity is one of the only beings in the multiverse who can truly keep up with Rick. Their chemistry is undeniable, and the episode explores how intoxicating and destructive their love is. But by the end, Unity breaks up with Rick, leaving a heartbreaking note explaining that their relationship is too dangerous to continue. Since then, nothing. Unity never comes back, never even gets mentioned by Rick. Why? From a meta perspective, Unity represents Rick's inability to maintain a healthy relationship, and bringing her back would cheapen the impact of her exit. But fans argue Unity's disappearance is one of the biggest wasted opportunities in the series. Imagine Unity showing up during Rick's battles with the Federation, or even in the Evil Morty arc. Instead, Unity remains one of the show's greatest what-ifs.
You know what I love about you, Rick? You're the only single mind I've met that really sees the big picture.
5. Aberdolf Linkler. Remember Rick's failed experiment, a clone made from the DNA of Adolf Hitler and Abraham Lincoln? That's Aberdolf Linkler, introduced in Season 1, Episode 10, Close Rick Counters of the Rick Kind.
Oh, great. Who invited Aberdolf Linkler?
Linkler is tragic and hilarious all at once. He's torn between two extremes, evil and good, and it makes him unstable. After some bumbling around at the party, he's later sucked into another dimension and left behind. And that's it. He never comes back. Linkler's disappearance is especially strange because he seemed like the kind of character who could have popped up in later episodes as comic relief. Instead, he's just gone, which again fits the show's theme. In a chaotic multiverse, not every experiment gets a second chance.
Peace when I watch the life drain from your wretched body!
Whoa, what's up, man?
6. Bird person / Phoenix person. Now let's talk about one of the most beloved side characters, Bird Person. Introduced in Season 1, Bird Person quickly became a fan favorite because of his deadpan delivery and unexpected wisdom. He even officiates Beth and Jerry's wedding. But in Season 2's finale, the wedding squanchers, Tammy betrays him, shooting Bird Person and leaving him for dead. Fans were devastated. Luckily, Bird Person is resurrected as Phoenix Person in Season 4.
Bird person?
It is now Phoenix Person.
Now controlled by the Federation and turned against Rick. Their battle in the Season 4 finale is brutal, and by Season 5, Rick recovers Bird Person and helps restore him. But here's the catch. After all that setup, Bird Person basically vanishes again. His last big appearance was in Season 5, Episode 8, Rickternal Friendshine of the Spotless Mort. Since then, he's been absent. So is Bird Person lost. Not in the same sense as others. His arc is still technically open, but the way the show sidelines him after such huge events makes his absence feel jarring. Bird Person is too important to just disappear, which is why fans still hope for his full return.
Quan Chi used
That's what some closets are for. Come on, I'm really counting on your attention to detail here.
7. Noob Noob. God damn! Noob Noob, the janitor for the Vindicators, became an instant fan favorite after Season 3, Episode 4, Vindicators 3, The Return of World Ender. While Morty and the rest of the Vindicators fail to impress Rick, Noob Noob is the only one who laughs at Rick's jokes. By the end, Rick drunkenly admits Noob Noob is the real MVP. Fans loved him. Memes exploded. People begged for Noob Noob to come back, but the show has never followed up. Noob Noob hasn't been seen since, not even a cameo. Why? Well, the writers probably didn't expect Noob Noob to blow up like he did, and maybe they worry overusing him would ruin the joke. But come on, if any lost character deserves a comeback, it's Noob Noob.
Not coming, Noob Noob?
Oh, no,
8. Evil Morty. Alright, this one's tricky. Evil Morty is technically not lost, but his appearances are so rare that he almost feels like one. Introduced in Season 1, Episode 10, Evil Morty is revealed to be the mastermind behind an elaborate scheme against the Council of Ricks. He later returns in Season 3's The Ricklantis Mix-Up, and finally gets a full story arc in Season 5's finale, Rick Murai Jack. But after that, he disappears into the central finite curve, leaving the multiverse behind. Fans wonder if Evil Morty will ever return, or if his story is finished. His absence adds to the show's mystery, but it also leaves viewers desperate for closure.
In their minds, they're the underdog. And that's how they justified this.
9. Gearhead. Revolio Clockberg Jr. Gearhead is one of those characters you think will become important, but then he just doesn't. Introduced in Season 1, Episode 10, he explains the Gear Wars and shows up again in Season 2.
Berg Jr. I belong to an entire species of gear people.
His whole shtick is over-explaining everything in the most boring way possible. But after that, he's rarely seen. Why? Probably because his joke ran its course. but it's another example of a side character disappearing after being set up for more.
Clear to everybody in this room. Never betray me, and it's time to go.
10. Tammy Guterman. We can't talk about Lost characters without mentioning Tammy. Introduced as Summer's friend in Season 1, Tammy seemed like a normal background character, until the Season 2 finale, when she reveals herself as a deep-cover agent for the Galactic Federation. She kills Bird Person at their wedding, instantly becoming one of the show's most hated villains. After Bird Person's resurrection, Tammy reappears briefly as Phoenix Person's handler, but eventually, she's killed. And just like that, her storyline is over. Fans were shocked by Tammy's betrayal, but her quick exit left people wondering if her role in the show was cut short.
From siblings to invisible to working together.
It's not Citizen Kane, but why compete with whatever's going on here, you know?
11. Honorable mentions. Just like Family Guy's script had honorable mentions, Rick and Morty has tons of minor characters that fans miss. Doofus Rick, the kind, weird Rick that Jerry befriends, never seen again. Snowball the dog, Morty's enhanced dog who leads a canine uprising in Season 1, ends his arc in a dog-only dimension and never returns. Jaguar, the badass fighter from Season 3's Pickle Rick. Fans loved him, but no comeback yet. Fart, the gas cloud, killed by Morty after singing Goodbye Moon Men. The Cromulons, giant floating heads that demanded show me what you got, a cultural phenomenon, but never revisited. Each of these could have become a recurring icon, but instead they faded into the abyss.
Situation, not looking ideal. Stakes, high. Existence, undergoing contemplation.
12. The big picture. So what does this all mean? Why does Rick and Morty keep losing characters? Part of it is just writing. They're parodying sci-fi tropes, and one-off characters fit that. But there's also a thematic reason. The show is about nihilism. In an infinite multiverse, nothing lasts. Even fan favorites vanish without closure. Mr. Meeseeks, Scary Terry, Crumbopulous Michael, Unity, Bird Person, Noob. Each disappearance reinforces the show's bleak humor. It's funny, it's tragic, and it's very Rick and Morty.
Keep your sci-fi friends away from my awesome ones.
Yeah, and you keep your awesome friends away from my canapes.
So now I have to ask, out of all the lost Rick and Morty characters, who do you miss the most? Do you want Noob back? Evil Morty? Or maybe you're still holding out hope for Scary Terry? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to check out our other videos diving deep into the multiverse of Rick and Morty.
Oh, good job, Morty. You killed my best customer, but you saved a mind-reading fart.
I like this name.